Okay, greetings everybody out there in YouTube land. Today I'm up in Reading doing some exploring up here, and I'm actually outside of Reading. I'm in Lower Alces Township and I'm on Neversink Mountain, and I've been wanting to get up on this mountain for quite some time now and explore it and everything, so I decided to get up here with this whole corona thing that's going on here and stuff. But anyway, I thought it'd be a little bit busier up here. As it turns out, I pulled into one of the pull-off areas up here and there was nobody here, so I got the area to myself. So we're gonna do a little bit of exploring up here, tell you a little bit about this place and stuff, and check out two places for sure that are of interest to me anyway up here and stuff, and hopefully get some good views here. It's the beginning of May. We're starting to get some stuff growing on the trees, leaves coming on with the brush and the trees and stuff, so hopefully we can get some good views here and everything. You can tell it's warmer weather because the bugs are out and swatting them away here and stuff, but let's get started and check this out. I think this is going to be a good video here. So pulling in up here, I saw an interesting area here that we want to check out here, and it's just right over in the back here. There is a cool rock formation over here. That's the first thing we're going to check out before we go anywhere else. So this area up here is it's about, I'm gonna adjust my microphone here. It's called the Neversink Mountain. It's also, you can look it up online. I believe it goes by the name also the Neversink Mountain Preserve. You can find stuff on it online. It's in Lower Alces Township. It's just outside of the city of Reading. In fact, the city of Reading is directly behind me. This is Neversink Mountain Road, I believe it is, according to the GPS. But you come up here off of Highland Avenue, come in off of Perkiomen Avenue on the 20th Street, get on Highland Avenue, and it runs you into Neversink Mountain Road, brings you up here. There is private property up here and stuff, so if you do come up here, respect the area that's posted and it says private property. Don't go on there because there are some houses up here, and the road is windy up through here. Do not recommend coming up here if there's snow on the ground, because the road is very windy and steep. So let's get started and check this whole area out here and see what it has to offer. All right, the path that comes in from the road brings you up into this area here, where it looks like this might have been a quarry at one time. I might have thought I saw it on one of the maps that this area was a quarry up through here. I'm looking to see if this is an area where you can do some rock climbing. If you saw one of my other videos that I did the other day over in the Birdsboro area at the Birdsboro Preserve, there was an area over there where you can do rock climbing. This is definitely a nice little area here so far, but I don't see any bolts in the rocks or anything. And up to the top of those rocks up there, that's a good 50 feet up there. If you are a geocacher, There are geocaches around here. The one that is here is what they call a multi-cache. I personally don't like multi-caches, so I'm not going to attempt to find this one, but there are geocaches around the mountain up here. And right down in there is where we came from so far. This whole trail, or loop, however you want to call it, there's a couple different trails here. There is a map you can download online to do the whole thing from start to finish. If you do the complete loop, I think it's about 4.5 or 5 miles loop around the entire Neversink Mountain. So it is a good hike. We're only going to be exploring part of it today. The rest of it might have to wait until another time. Maybe in the fall or during next winter I'll come up and explore some more of it. Some more of the rock area here. Like I said, this might have been the quarry that I saw on the map that I was checking out before I came up here. Not too much graffiti here. There is some here, but it's not like I've seen other places. Looks like somebody took the time to chop and stack some wood there. And there's a little teepee right there that somebody might do some camping up here. Could be a homeless person too, I don't know. But nobody here today with us. You can see the water seeping out of the rocks here from the springs that are in the area here underground. I hear water dripping a little bit from above me. It looks like somebody was chopping trees down here. And with anything, if you do decide to come out here exploring by yourself, or however you do your exploring and everything, I got protection with me and stuff. Protect myself and my equipment and everything. But sometimes, depending on the area you're in, it might be better to come with a friend or a buddy if you're able to. Some of these I've been doing on my own. Like I said, I got protection with me and stuff. So, but we're going to venture down this path that's right here, and we're going to head up the access road up on top of the mountain up here and get to the 2 points of interest that I want to show you today. Just giving you another view here of the area. Like I said, if the leaves are starting to come on the trees here, but hopefully it turns out in the video you can see this area that I'm talking about. What makes me think this was a quarry at one time, just by the way the whole land is here and stuff, how it's dug out and stuff, makes me think that there was a quarry here at one time. So our area is that way, up this dirt road. And I'm slowly making my way up the dirt road here. It's access road for some of the communications towers that are up here on Neversink Mountain. You got some high tension lines that come up here, but there's the old tower lines here. They turned into a cellular tower site, which is owned by AT&T. Thought maybe I'd get lucky and it'd be Verizon, but no such luck. Don't have good signal up here, believe it or not, with Verizon. So, gonna explore on here a little bit. And see what we can find. I know this tower line that runs here, the old one here, used to go from the Titus power plant to Hosensack, back outside of Palm. Back in the 1970s, early to mid 1970s, when he built the tower line for 3 Mile Island that runs through Earl Township, Coperdale Township, and Washington Township and stuff back through there. Where part of that tower line is now is where this used to ran, but they actually tore it down and to make way for the new high tension line. So this here basically goes from the Titus generating station, which is no more. They decommissioned that back in 2014, built another power plant down outside of Birdsboro. This line ran from Titusville, across Neversink Mountain here, out and dead-ended out in just outside of Limekiln in Ole Township, and then picked up again just outside of Bechtelsville in Washington Township off of Haight Schoolhouse Road is where it starts again and continues on back to the big substation in Hosensack. Maybe a little bit too much information for you, but some of you geeks out there that wonder about this stuff, well, now you know. So I'm not sure if there's electric going through this anymore or not. I'm not going to find out either. So there very well could be electric going through it, but I don't know if there is or not. So, all right, onward we go. All right, this might be the best view that I'm going to get up here, because this trail starts going up into the wooded section up here, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get any clearer shots than this. But looking down, this is all right down in here is the city of Reading. The courthouse is basically right about where my finger's pointing. I don't know if I can zoom in, if you guys can see it right there. That's the county services building that's right here. On the other side over here, there's the Reading Pagoda. That's Mount Penn Mountain over there. There's the William Penn Fire Tower that's over there on Skyline Drive. Communication towers for Berks County 911 dispatch. Some other communication towers over there, but that's basically Skyline Drive over through there. And then looking back here, this is back towards Ole, and this might be, I'm not sure if that's a if I can get it steady enough there. I'm not sure if that hill's way out there in Earl Township by the reservoirs or not. So you can definitely see a lot from up here. And it's a little windy up here. Hopefully it's not wreaking havoc with the sound. But if I can zoom way in the background there, that's the Appalachian Mountains in the back there, or the Blue Mountains, whatever you want to call it. So there's definitely a nice view from up here. Never know, I might get a better view yet once I get up to the destination I want to get to. Making my way up top here, and I think we might find a good spot here, but you can probably see what I'm going to show you is right there. And hopefully there's nobody there. This could be a little eerie looking at times, but this is what is called the Witch's Hat, and it's just a pavilion. It's about 100 years old. Well, let's put it this way, it's at least 100 years old. It's over 100 years old. I'm not sure the exact year on it and stuff, but this was here from back in the day when there used to be hotels up here on Neversink Mountain and Mount Penn. The one hotel over on Mount Penn was called the Tower Hotel. It was in the area of where the William Penn Fire Tower stands today. That tower that was over there was not always that tall. There was a shorter version of it back in the day. That's going to be in another video. But this one over here, I want to say this was Klapperthal Hotel or something. I'm not sure. I'll have to check the name and put it at the bottom of the video here at the screen or in the comments. But this whole area over here, I know there's, on the other side of the mountain, there's an area called Klapperthal Junction. Has to deal with the railroads meeting up and stuff, different branches. And there was a Klapperthal over on the Schuylkill River, which part of this trail you can access. I believe there was a canal there maybe, and a hydroelectric plant at one time and stuff. I could be wrong. I've saw some stuff about this already, but I can't remember all the information. So if I find the information, I'll put it in the comments and stuff. There is a guy that's on Berks BCTV, and you can only get it if you have cable when you're in the Berks County. He has a show that he does about once a month, history of Berks County and stuff, and he had talked about Klapperthal and some of this stuff up here on Neversink Mountain. The way you got up here to him was you got up here by either walked, obviously, or gravity railroad. And I'm not quite sure where the old gravity railroad beds are. I got to do more research on that when I explore this mountain further in upcoming videos. Hopefully I'll have that and we'll be able to find where the gravity railroads were up here. It was on this mountain and over on Mount Penn Mountain at the pagoda over there, over at the William Penn Fire Tower and stuff. So this was one of the hangouts back in the days in the 1800s, early 1900s. This is where people came to party on the weekends and stuff. There were hotels up here, they had dances up here and whatnot and stuff. It looks like I got some hikers coming up over here, so hear another guy talking down there. So I'm not the only one that's exploring this area, but yeah, so we're gonna wait here a couple minutes. I'm gonna pause this. Hopefully they'll pass through here and we'll get back to this. Oh, the bugs are terrible today up here, so I'm just standing up here on this lookout trying to figure out what that is over there, if that's a vehicle that's there in the distance or what that is there. And I believe those are roads going up to the private residences that are up here. There's probably about maybe 5, 6, 8 houses up here on this mountain. So it could be nice if they could cut some of these treetops down here and get a good view of the city of Reading, because you are blocking some of it. All right, got the area back to myself again. Gentleman and his son there are out doing the same thing I'm doing here today, doing a little hiking and stuff. So now I can talk a little bit more up here and maybe share some more useless information with you and stuff, or geek information, whatever you want to call it. But as I was saying, it'd be nice if they could maybe cut the treetops down here a little bit. You could have an awesome view of the city from here. Just looking, about the only thing I can give you a good reference point to that you can see is straight through there. That is Route 220. Yeah. It's tough to hold the camera steady here and zoom in, but that's Route 222. That's over by Broadcasting Square over there, where the Target is and whatever, I forget what else is over there, but that's 222. And probably can't see it because it's behind the pine trees, but the courthouse should be right there behind that pine tree if you can see it. I know it's blocking it. And then down here further, there's the pagoda again, which I plan on doing a video on that at some point too. So Mount Penn Mountain is just as interesting as Neversink Mountain here. And then over here in the distance, I should have brought my binoculars with me. I could kick myself for not doing it now, just to have views and stuff. I think that should be Carsonia Avenue that goes through Mount Penn, up through Lower Alces Township. Sounds like I got more people coming up here too. Yeah, I do have more people walking around here. And then way off in the distance, I can't tell if those towers that are over there, if that's the tower that the old AT&T Long Lines tower that's outside of Topton, or not. Or if that's the actual towers that are over in Allentown on South Mountain. I'm not sure. I can't tell without my binoculars. Can't tell for sure. Something else I just discovered here. See if I can zoom in on it through the trees. Right there. That's the Reading Airport right there. The runway for it, and the control towers there too. Yep, there it is. And then also down here is through the trees. I forget the name of that viaduct, but I'll put it in the bottom of the video, the name of it. That's the one bridge that goes over the valley there. It's a viaduct that they redid back in the day. I'll put that in the link, or at the bottom of the screen, the exact name of it. I can't recall off the top of my head what it is. All right, sounds like my other visitors up here left, so we're gonna walk around here and explore what they call the Witch's Hat. And this is one of the trails that runs along the Witch's Hat here. In fact, I got some hikers right over here and stuff. So I'm not sure which trail this is. There is a marking on the tree. Maybe this is the yellow trail. Or if it's got a trail name to it. Well, not quite sure, but there's other people up here enjoying this nice day. All right, so we're gonna walk up here, see if there's plaque here or anything. There is some graffiti here, but it can't be helped because people have to leave their mark and stuff. But I find it disrespectful, something of this old, that they gotta leave their marks and stuff in here. This is cool. This was definitely a good, shouldn't say find, but it was good to explore. Looks like I got somebody else coming up behind me here wanting to check this out. So here's the West End Pavilion, erected to the memory of William McIlvaine. This was a favorite spot with him among these hills which he enjoyed. It was named by him in 1892. How cool is that? All right, people that were exploring here doing the same thing I'm doing, they moved on. They're down the trail here a little bit, so we'll swing you around here, show you some more views of over through there. There's the pagoda again. And then looking through here, how cool is that view? That is an awesome view of the city of Reading. Now you can definitely see some of the buildings a little bit better. Downtown Courthouse, 222 again. Where am I at here? There's the Reading Airport. Blue Mountains in the back there, way in the back. That is just an awesome view from up here. All right, spin yous around here. We are going to head on through here and leave the witch's hat behind. And we're going to explore one other point of interest here while I'm on the mountain up here. So yeah, this is definitely great. That thing is really neat to see, and it gives you a good view of the city you're Reading up here and stuff. So worth the hike and the drive up here to check it out. Again, it's the Witch's Hat. It's on Google Maps, and again, it's on the Mount Penn. Neversink Mountain Preserve is what this is called up here, with all the hiking trails and stuff. And you can get the map online, just Google it and stuff. But there's one other thing I want to check, and it's actually behind me, and if you can see it, there's another tall structure here that we're going to explore, and maybe of interest to some people, may not be, but you radio geeks out there and stuff, and amateur radio operators and stuff will appreciate the next stop. So we'll pause you here, and we'll bring you back when I get closer to that other big structure that's up here. Okay, made it to the second destination here that we're going to check out. Another interesting place up here. Maybe not to some people, but if you're anything into like tall structures like me and stuff, I'm also an amateur radio operator, a ham operator and stuff. you get a little geeked out or nerdied out with this stuff. So I'm going to show you this. I think this is awesome. I would love to climb this thing because it will really give you a good view. But I'm standing in the shadows of this huge tower that you can see for miles. And if any of you guys are familiar with the area up here, but always wondered what this tower is, this is the transmitter site for WRFY or Y102. This is where they have their transmitter on Neversink Mountain. The tower here to the right is their original tower and their backup tower, and that one there is their main tower. It is about close to 400 feet, I think. I'd have to check. If I get the exact height of it, I'll put it in the comments or at the bottom of the video. But it is a huge tower. They are about, I'm going to say 30,000 or 50,000 watt radio station. One of two, actually, I take that back. I think they're one of 4 FM radio stations in Berks County. There's this one, there is the one from Boyertown, WBYN, and I think there's 2, I think there's a Latino radio station here in Reading, and I think there's a college-run radio station too over at Albright College. So one of 4 FM radio stations here in Berks County. But up at the top there, that's their antenna up top there. It's a 3-bay antenna or 3-element antenna. Now my geekiness is coming out with useless information. But way up on top there also, which you can't see because it's behind that last element up there, is and their aircraft beacon warning light up there. You also have lightning arresters up there, so the lightning hits that first instead of the antenna. There are other antennas that are on here. I'm not sure what they're for, or if other companies rent tower space off of them and stuff. Their old antenna was another 3-bay or 3-element antenna. That thing's not that tall. I'd say that's probably maybe 100 feet, 120 feet or so. That's not that big at all. And then the dishes right here that they have are the microwave links, how they get the signal from their studio up to the tower site here and send it out over the airwaves that you hear on regular radio and stuff. And they got stairs going up through the inside of I think it's on the inside of the tower there from the looks of it. That people have to climb those things and change light bulbs on the lights that are on the tower, warn the aircraft and everything. And it's all guided, all these guide wires that are here. That's for their backup transmitter tower. There's another one over in the back here. Take a walk over here and look at these cables that are holding this, supporting this tower. They call it a guide tower. There's 5 cables there, and they're all grounded too from the light, you know, if lightning strikes the tower and everything. But how cool is that? And you Star Wars fans out there, here's some more useless knowledge for you. That I don't have anything with me to tap on it and stuff. I wish I would have brought my hammer with. The sounds that they made in the movie Star Wars, in the original one, the sounds of the fighter jets shooting and stuff like that, was actually done on one of these towers. They basically took a hammer and went out to an abandoned tower and tapped on these guy wires and stuff, and is how they got the sound effect for Star Wars, for the fighter jets when they were fighting and shooting their lasers or whatever you want to call them. So we'll walk around here a little bit more while I'm here, check things out, and see what else is around here to explore. Here's just some of the information that they have to have posted here, required by the FCC to identify and everything. And if you don't believe me that it's Y102 or WRFY, there it tells you. There's the information on the tower site. And they also got to give you the warning that, you know, radio frequencies and radiation and stuff coming out in this area. But I'm just fascinated with tall structures. I think they are awesome. You can just see how big these structures are. I don't know if I can get through the gate there, but you can see the bottom of the base of the tower in the ground there and stuff. Another interesting fact, a lot of these towers that you see, believe it or not, are made locally. The steel is made locally. They're actually made over in Pine Forge, over at the steel plant that's over there in Pine Forge. I forget the name of the steel plant exactly, but I saw a documentary on these towers, and they're manufactured over there, made locally, and the coating that they put on them to protect the metal from the elements and stuff, that's done in Lebanon or Lancaster County, somewhere at a place over there. And then they take them out to the sites there, and they erect them. Their older tower here looks like it could have been an AM station at one time. I'm not quite sure just by the looks of it in there. But I could do a whole other video on AM and FM radio stations and the towers and how they operate and stuff. I might do that for you, for the geeks out there that want to know about this stuff. But they have its own backup generator, its own air conditioning and stuff, because the equipment, the transmitter that's in there, it gets hot inside that building. Satellite dishes up here that they use to get their programming and stuff by satellite. And then inside there's the ladder I was telling you about, where that looks like, yeah, the ladder's in the inside. The ladder that goes all the way up to the top. I was kind of hoping the wind would pick up a little bit more while I'm here, that you could hear it whistle through the tower and stuff, because they do have a neat sound when the wind picks up and it blows through the tower, makes its own noise. There you can see the lightning arrestor is at the top of the antenna there. There we go. get a shot of the base of the towers. Through the fence. You can see what they sit on. Okay, so that was cool. Checking that out, looking at the transmitter site there for the radio station and towers. I've always been fascinated with towers like that and tall structures. So definitely cool. And I did hold on to one of the guide wires to the tower, and you can feel a vibration in it and stuff from the wind blowing here on top of the mountain. So that was definitely cool. Wish I would have brought a hammer with me to tap on that to see if I could have duplicated the sound that they used for the special effects, or the sound for the Star Wars movie with the fighter jets shooting and stuff. So I found another path here we're going to walk down and stuff while I'm here. I found another little interesting structure here. I'm not quite sure what it would have been, but it was worth checking out since I'm up this way. I'm not quite sure what this would have been at one time. I don't know if it was a another antenna for something up here, but or if it was a weather vane of some sort, or what it could have been here. But we'll walk down here and see if it gives us any clues or anything. There's definitely a fence around it here. Bird flying out of there. Looks like it disturbed a robin here. Robin's nest right there in that little tree. Looks like it disturbed her. Well, there was definitely, from the looks of it, electric going to it or something at one time, or that's the cable that was on it. An old door there that's on it. Just trying to figure out what this thing could have been up here. Looks like on this side here at the top there's another antenna there sticking out, and something looks like it's actually upside down because it's broken off, and it actually looks like another form of a antenna there or something. So this could have been something for broadcasting up here back in the day. Not quite sure. And I did take a poke inside there, since there were no signs up or anything saying keep out or no trespassing or anything. I did look inside the building that's there. It's obviously was a structure at one time for communications. It was a tower. What it was actually used for, as far as what type of communications, I don't know. But looking inside, there's definitely copper coax cable coming in there and stuff that ran down the tower, and I can see remains of that. But there's no other information, markings on the building or anything as to what it could have been. It looks like it could have been a structure at one point. I did find a sleeping bag inside there. Looked like an old sleeping bag, so obviously it was a homeless person. Is there shelter for a little bit maybe up here? So that's the only other structure that I see up here, unless something else presents itself while I'm here, because there's other trails going around up here and stuff. So we're going to explore a little bit further before we call it a day up here. Okay, I'm going to try something here, my geekiness. I'm going to try putting my microphone up to one of the cables here and try holding it up against one of the cables, and hopefully you will be able to hear the sound it makes, the little bit of the wind blowing through the cables to this tower and stuff. So hopefully it turns out. If not, oh well, I tried, but we're going to give this a shot here, see if this will work. All right, hopefully that turned out and stuff, and you can hear what it sounds like with the wind blowing through the guide wires to the tower there and everything. So we'll see how it turns out. May work, may not work. I won't know until I get home and listen to it. All right, so I got my microphone back together again. Hopefully that turns out. If not, I tried, but I found something interesting here, and I was talking about the gravity railroad and stuff, of how they got up here. This is it. This is the railroad bed for the gravity railroad. I didn't realize it was this close to the tower, but this is it. I'm pretty sure of it. Looking down below there, we're going to walk out here a little bit and check to make sure, but I'm 98% sure that this was the railroad bed for the gravity railroad that got the people up here and up and down the mountain here to the hotel that was up here at one time. And standing up here looking off into the distance, you can't see too much through the trees. This would be better if there wouldn't be any trees here, and I'm sure back in the 1800s when this was active up here, this was one heck of a view from up here and stuff. But looking down through the trees, let's see here if I can zoom in here quick, if my camera cooperates, which it's not going to. But straight over in there, yeah, right in the center. That is 422 or Perkiomen Avenue over in Exeter Township, over where the Lowe's is, the Target and stuff. So that's that over there. That's about the only thing I can make out from up here. I said I wish these trees wouldn't have been quite as tall, because you'd be able to see down to the Limerick power plant from here. And then looking over this way, this is over towards Birdsboro, French Creek Park, over that way. Actually, might be a little bit further down here, but you get the idea. But I don't see that much more landmarks here that I can try and zoom in on to show you from up here. But if the trees wouldn't be as tall, this would be one nice view. Now, like I said, this looks like this would be a dugout here, or how should I say, a flat area, just by the way the land comes down here and stuff, that this would have been the railroad bed for the gravity-fed railroad. I'm just going to walk around here a little bit more and see where this takes me. I didn't plan on this video being this, probably going to be another long video again, but again, this is my first time up here, and you just find stuff that you're not expecting to find. That's just of interest, at least to me anyway. I'm hoping it's of interest to you, to everybody that's out there watching too. So I'm not sure if that's it. Or over here, it looks like there could have been a spot for a road going there too. I don't know. Just going out and exploring abandoned places like this is just of interest to me. So I'm almost back around to this tower that I showed you before, of the of that cell tower and stuff. So there is a mile marker here, Neversink Mountain trails. So the Promenade Trail Loop, which is I guess the one that we just did, which I'm gonna maybe walk back again and check out some more and stuff. The other trail here that goes down that way, I guess goes down to St. Lawrence, which St. Lawrence is right over in there, because the mountain that's over in the back here, if you can see the where the tower line goes up over there in the distance, that mountain over there is that's East Neversink Mountain. And this here gives you a little bit better of a view of the borough of Mount Penn and Lower Rouse's Township. I think that might be the Lower Rouse's school over there, one of the schools. I know there's a special needs school over there as well, so that might be one of them over there. This is a little bit better of a view. I keep finding all these better places to take pictures and show stuff from here. There's Mount Penn Mountain over there again, with all the communication towers, and the Mount Penn fire tower over there. So I'm not going to venture down that way. Oops. Not going to venture down that way and stuff, as that's going to take me to St. Lawrence Borough, or I should say, yeah, Mount Penn, St. Lawrence Borough, they're all in the same general area down there and stuff. I'm going to walk back the way I came and see if I can find anything else back that way. It's a little bit more interesting. Like I said, pay attention to the signs, because there is a private residence right there and stuff, so be respectful. Don't go trespassing or anything, or you get yourself in trouble. Respect the land. That way people like me that want to come up here or film it, or even just out hiking and stuff, can enjoy it. All right, another area I'm looking at down here too, which may have been a part of the Gravity Railroad. Another area down there, or trail and stuff. Not quite sure if that's part of the trail or how that wraps around here and stuff, but this is, I'm really leaning towards that this was it. And even the ground around here and stuff has how do I want to say it, dark color to it, almost like the coal or whatever they would use to lay a railroad bed back in the day is another reason why it's leading me to believe that this was one of the railroad beds. And coming out through here again on this trail, like I said, the green trail, yellow trail, whatever you want to call it there, but if you look there at the two different roads and stuff, it looks like there could have been where, you know, stuff would have, some kind of road or bed or something or other where that would have come down from. Because the area up here, where's it at here? That one tower I was looking at was right up in here somewhere. I forget where it is, but it was up in here. It was that old rusted looking abandoned tower and stuff. So this definitely could have been where it could have branched off here and stuff. Like I said, gravity railroad, you know, however it went around here, but I'm 98% certain this is it. So I'm just following this path out here again, and this is bringing me back to the witch's hat again. So I'm going to go up on top here before I leave, do some scouting up there and see what I can find. But yeah, this was the path that these other people that came up here that I ran into and stuff, this was the path that they were on. So going to keep on looking. Hopefully I can find some foundation remains up here. If I could find remains of the hotel up here, the foundation of it or whatever, that would be awesome. So we'll see what we can find. Oh, and I can't do a video without doing something here for Jay from JP Videos. Look what I found there for you, buddy. Nature's carpet. Not quite as soft, but that's his trademark. So I did find some of it along here, so there you go, Jay. There's your nature's carpet for you. All right, didn't find any foundations, but I did find where that railroad bed or road or whatever came up to the top here, and you can see the way the ground is here and stuff. Probably should have walked around it here. I'll take you around the other way, but you'll get a sense of, and you can see just how it tapers here and stuff. But you'll get a sense of where the railroad went, the railroad bed was. Whether the one down below there was part of it too, but this one here, I'd say was definitely part of it as well. Didn't find any foundations yet though. Still searching for that. Might have stumbled across something here, I don't know. But I at least wanted to get a shot of this standing here. But if you look, you can see where something would have been squared off. Almost like leveled off on top. And even over in the back there, it looks like there might have been something at one time, like it was leveled off for a structure of some sort. So we may be on to something here, or we might not be. All right, well, I looked around up here. I can't find anything else, but this whole area up here is definitely leveled off. Like there would have been some kind of, could have had a structure up here with this being flat, because I'm back to, there's that old abandoned tower and stuff, and the Y102 tower is like right behind me here and stuff. So And this is the dirt road, the access road up to the transmitter site and stuff. So I looked around here. I can't find any remains or anything. So I'm going to go back down here to the Witch's Hat and watch the branches here. Go back down to the Witch's Hat, and I'm going to go back down to my car that way, because literally straight down from that's where I parked and everything. So if I find anything else interesting on the way down there, I'll be sure to turn the camera on and show it to you. Did find something interesting going out a different way than when I came up here and stuff. The quarry that I showed you at the beginning of this video, yeah, I'm at the top of it. Down there is where I was. Down there is my vehicle and stuff. So it paid to go a different route leaving. I can give you a better shot of the city here from where I'm at. So yeah, this is the top of the quarry here. Not too far away from the Witch's Hat. I don't know if you can see. Straight down in there is where we started the video. So I'm not that far away from my car. I just have to get down there to it. Obviously I'm not going that way. There's a trail here that comes up the mountain for the right-of-ways here for the high tension lines, the electric lines and stuff. So that's the way we're gonna go down here and stuff. But another interesting area. This whole area up here is neat so far. This is one of my best hikes here recently. So we're going down there's the road. That's where we're going. All right, I made it back down here from where we came from up there and stuff. So just showing you some of the warning signs here. If you want to hunt up here, you got to have written permission from Burke's Nature. There's some more signs with information on it. This area right here, don't park here. Tow-away zone, private driveway there, don't block the driveways. Clearly marked all along here, private property, no parking. So be respectful of the private properties that are up here. This is Neversink Mountain Road, but I'm not sure how far it goes back past here, because the yellow line ends, and that could be a driveway going back to somebody's house because there's posted signs there. So be respectful of the land if you come up here, so other people can enjoy it and film it and document it and whatnot. My vehicle is right down there as a designated parking area. Just don't block the gate that's there. So with that is going to wrap it up here for us for today. So thanks for coming along on this trip. And I shouldn't say this was one of my better excursions or hikes or whatever. All my excursions I do, to me, are good, and I find them interesting. They're interesting to me. I hope you find them interesting and stuff. Like I said, this one here, my technical geekiness came out a little bit with the radio tower and stuff, but that's just something I'm personally interested in. There may be some people out there watching this that are interested in that as well, and often wondered, hey, what's that tall tower up there on the hill and stuff? You know, it's just to get out here and explore and discover stuff. So if anybody watching has any information, more information on the hotel that was up here, feel free to post it in the comments. If you like the video, by all means give it the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, share it if you would please, And looks like I have another vehicle coming up here. Hang on one second. Okay. That vehicle went on its way, hopefully, and stuff. I don't like video. I don't like taping when there's cars going by. People give you weird looks. Like, what are you doing talking to a camera and stuff? So, but anyway, as I was saying, give it a thumbs up, hit the like button, please share it and stuff. Put your comments in at the bottom if you have anything else you want to add or share with information up here. Like I said, I'm going to try and find out some more information and put it either in the video at the bottom of the screen here or in the comments section. One person that I'm going to ask about this area is my neighbor. She grew up in Reading, was raised in Reading, so she might know about this area up here more and can give me a little bit more information on it and stuff. So until next time, thanks for coming along. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, it's a long one, but I hope I didn't bore you to death. So we'll see you next time.